Do I feel good today? My goodness, can you guys believe that it is week 4? Week 4 in the National Football League. The Cowboys already victorious on Thursday night, but this is your daily and now Sundays sports and sports betting brand of record. We continue to climb and grow thanks to all of you at home. Now, do not forget, tonight we have DTL Prime Time Live, but I'm having a little issue with some of the bosses that I'll get to in a second at Stadium that we're going to deal with right here and right now. But before we do that, as always, we have a little bit of a show on Saturday. We like to throw picks out there. What did our crew do? Well, all I know is I see 5 on one side. I see 5 on the other side. A 10 and 6 day. I'll take that anytime. So the crew showing up on a Saturday. Now, we are still having technical issues. There is weather all over the country, but we never miss. So without further ado, let's jump right in. It's time for the picks. All right, look who we have today. First and foremost, is his head even above water at this point? AB, good morning. What is life like there in Tennessee? My goodness.
Well, first off, good morning, Coach. Good morning, crew. It's hell on earth here because the storm fried a MacBook, and I'm trying to figure out in real time. So I'm going off of a backup, and that's why my camera is not working. My microphone is not working. It's hell on earth. But a win is a win in the NFL. You show up on Sunday. That's what you do.
Boom. And by the way, you sound fine. You look good. So if there was any question on that, don't even worry about it. You're all good. Hey, but I got to tell you, everybody watching at home right now, the things that we will go through to show up on a Sunday morning when you guys need to get ready for 1 and 4 o'clock games, that's what I'm talking about right there. Driving on the highways where it's 4 feet of water. And I think I thought we lost him again right there in real time. Now, he is the man from the dirty, and he can do everything for us here at DTL. Big Chuck, what's up, man?
Morning, Coach Crew. Yeah, a little one-stop shop over here. Excited about this NFL card today. The soccer has been outstanding. It just stays hot, so we'll keep riding that train. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead and focus on a little NFL action.
Well, personal play this morning. I had the Aston Villa over 2.5 with Ipswich, and I played it because I love hearing you say Ipswich, and it cashed in the first 22 minutes. So thank you to Ipswich.
Congratulations, Coach. That's next level.
I feel like it is too. Finally, he is our numbers guy. Nothing gets past him ever. Raphael, good morning. Anything happening right now?
Tons of things happening right now. Money flowing in on the dirty right there. If the Saints money's coming in, it was pretty much 3 all morning. Now it's 2.5. 2 really big 5-figure bets just came in on the Jets -7 and the Texans -4.5 over at BetMGM. FanDuel just getting flooded of money with Bengals money. So I'm going to be very busy. I'm going to try to update as much as possible throughout the show. So tune in.
You're the only person that's allowed to have his phone on. You're allowed to dip in and dip out. You have special numbers guy rules for you, Raphael. All right?
Thank you, Coach.
Special. You're very welcome. All right, we're going to get into the picks, and we have a lot of discussion because the world of sports betting is way more than just throwing picks out. But it helps. All right, AB, I'm going to come over to you because the Bengals have got to show up today, or essentially their season is over. Let's start right there.
Yeah, they do have to show up. And if they don't, it's going to be hell on earth for everybody. That's why we're going to roll with the Bengals -4.5, feeling it. Going up against the Panthers, yes, they had a great game last week. You know what? Worth the price of admission. I'll pay to see it twice because I don't think that I'm going to. Yeah, give me the Bengals -4.5.
I love how you put that. I love how
I'm running in 320p over here. Crazy.
I don't know why I find this so funny, but growing up in a part of the country where natural disasters were an everyday thing for us, it's just you just do what you got to do to get through the day, and that's what AB's doing. So yeah. I know you're worried about it, AB. You sound great.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, there you go. Bengals minus 4.5. That is the first play. Of course, we're going to discuss that game coming up in a moment. Charles, let me come over to you. I would love for you to start with Bears and Falcons. Let's do those two.
Yeah, I'm going with the Bears -3 against the Rams. I think this is the spot where the Bears get on the board as well. Plus, I like the Falcons. I like the Dirty Birds at home. So to never say I won't go against my Saints. It's money over your heart. So I definitely like the Falcons in this spot. Coming off that loss last Sunday, I'm liking the and then I'm looking towards the Saints next week. But that's a whole other discussion. But for right now, Bears -3 and the Falcons on the money line.
I think the Falcons impressed a lot of people last week, nearly beating the Kansas City Chiefs at home. So those are the first two for Big Chuck. Let me come over to Raphael, because through 3 weeks, the Steelers have used defense. I'm starting to be a believer. Sell me.
Yeah, why not be a believer? They're 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 road games. They come in perfect. Raise your hand if you thought the Steelers were going to be perfect right now. Their total season wins was 8.5 plus 120. I picked them on the show. You guys bashed me in the comment section. Right now, they're 9.5 total season wins. They go 4-0. That 8.5 looks really pretty on that plus 120. I like the Pittsburgh Steelers because of their defense today, and they've always owned Indianapolis Colts, winning 18 out of their last 21 meetings. The Steelers have owned Indianapolis. I think they walk out perfect. And those Bengals tickets that we were talking about, Bengals will open up at 4.5, just moved to 5. This one opened up at 7. Sorry about that. I just got the flash screen on my computer about Bengals tickets, and that's what AB had. It's probably going to close around 5.5. Money coming in, especially on parlays and teasers on the Bengals, because they're playing Carolina. Everyone thinks that Carolina, with all the weather they have, could be very effective. So Bengal money would not be shocking if it closed at 5.5.
I just came up with something. AB, I feel like Raphael needs to have some type of a buzzer, a sounder, that when he has something that comes in, he hits it, the show stops, he delivers it, and then we move on. I feel like we need that.
Yes, we absolutely he needs a full soundboard. Yes, I agree.
A full soundboard.
Yeah.
49ers just moved to 11, and with the starters that they just got, Debo and all them coming back today, it should be very interesting for a late game. We might see 11.5 on that one.
It's good to see Raphael really struggle to get into that role as well. It took him all of 5 freaking seconds. Well done getting that to 11. All right, AB, coming back to you, because I like it when I can throw a money line together and it makes it a plus number, and you figured out a way to do that. Talk to me.
I have. I've also figured out to make my screen spin in a circle, like a circus, man. Look, we're going to go Texans money line, Cardinals money line. Houston should handle their business against Jacksonville. Arizona, tough one against Washington, but they're getting them at home, and I feel like both of these games are kind of not must wins, but get right wins. You know what I mean? So I'm going to put both of these two together, plus 125. It's not huge in terms of payout, but I'll take it. 5 nickels, Raphael.
5 nickels.
Well, I feel like Arizona and Texans, I think it's a great way to say it. It's a get right spot. They didn't play horrible last week, but Arizona was flying high. And then they run into Detroit, who themselves were trying to get in a get right spot. So that's the way it is for the Cardinals this week. And I think CJ Stroud was a little bit embarrassed that he had all this attention last week, didn't get it done. I love these 2 plays. Now, I'm going to come over to me. And yes, Japan, I see you in the chat. Coach playing an under? We're shocking the world. We're changing the game. Broncos and Jets, it's a game nobody wants to watch. And I feel like it could be 17-10, 17-13. There is no way in hell that I'm laying 8 points. But the way they're trying to protect Aaron Rodgers and just get through these games and get these dubs and keep him healthy, praise to the under gods tonight. So let's take the under 39.5. My other play, we're going to that same Arizona Cardinals games that AB is on, but I love this over, and it's come down throughout the week to 49. It was once at 51, then 50.5. Now it's at 49, minus 108 over there at DraftKings. Both teams, Washington, their offense looked great last week. Arizona, their offense so far this year has looked great. I think these two today sail into the 60s. Maybe the 70s. We'll have to wait and see. All right, Big Chuck, you got 2 more plays over there. Talk to me, big boy.
Yeah, give me the Bucks against the Eagles. The Eagles come in banged up. I just think this is a bad spot for the Eagles coming off of that big win against the Saints last week. And I think we're going to see some points over 47 in the Bengals and the Panthers. We know the Bengals are desperate, and we see that Panthers offense kind of getting into motion with the red rifle. So, yeah, give me the over 47 in Carolina.
All right, very, very good. I believe everybody has gone. Take a look at that page. But as you know, and we set the tone here on DTL in the morning, it's not just about a snapshot. It's not just about a screen grab and not listening to the information. There's a lot of discussion that goes into these games as well. And I want to go to Green Bay, AB, because we've had some news coming out this morning, conflicting reports, but it does look like Jordan Love will play today at home against a Vikings team that has been a big-time surprise. As we look at the top right, they're laying 3, the total at 44. Do you think Green Bay should be the favorite in this one?
I do. Green Bay's a good football team. Now, so is Minnesota. That being said, you ready for this?
Yes.
I think and have heard that Green Bay is going to utilize both quarterbacks in a throwing and running perspective today. Malik Willis on the ground, Jordan Love in the air. No, not kidding at all. Keep an eye out for that. This is a new wrinkle Matt LaFleur is going to be using.
He has really been running well. I'm talking about Malik Willis, who won the last 2 games for Green Bay. And, AB, you know him better than anybody. You've been on Willis for the last couple of years. Why do you think he's been successful? And why do you think the Green Bay is, with Jordan Love coming back today, is going to use 2 quarterbacks?
Because it's something different, right? It's something that you can throw at a divisional opponent that they really haven't seen before. And, yes, you got to be careful with doing that. This is the NFL. It's not easy to run 2 quarterbacks. And I'm not saying it's going to be some 50-50 split, but just watch out when it's 3rd and 2, right? 2nd and 4. You're going to see some different formations out of Matt LaFleur because he knows that he has an edge in regards to that. So the thing to pay attention to is Green Bay on 1st down and 2nd down. You have to play ahead of the sticks, all right? Leave yourself 2nd and 5, 3rd and 3. If they do that, Minnesota could be in serious trouble.
I agree. And let me come over to Raphael because Sites 501 says, I love the real-time sportsbook updates. If they utilize this, and Jordan Love does play Raphael today, do you think that affects the last-minute number at all?
Probably not, because the Viking money continues to come in. Took a 6-figure money line bet early this morning on the Vikings. So they have a heavy money line bets on the Vikings and the +3. So they're begging for Green Bay action. They don't want to move it off the 3 because then you get middled a little bit. So they're going to keep it at 3, maybe move the juice around. But I agree. I think both quarterbacks see action on this one. Folks need Green Bay. Minnesota's a very nice live dog in this one.
I love it when you say move the juice around. Everybody knows DTL moves lines. That's simply what we do. Now, speaking of lines, as AB handles the bots in the chat like he always does, Charles, let me come over to you because Kyle says, look at Jaden Reed over. His rushing yards at 5.5 has hit all 3 games this year. Just a random question, but do you like Jaden Reed today?
I always love Jaden Reed. He's become one of their main weapons. So, yeah, I love him out of the backfield. They love to hand him off and get him in the course of the passing game. I always love Jaden Reed. I've backed him a couple of times this season, so absolutely.
And when you say they, what team are you talking about for the people who might be new to this whole sports betting world?
Cheeseheads, Green Bay Packers.
Boom and boom. Now, AB, let me come back over to you. Because when we talk about the game that's right under the Minnesota Green Bay game there on the screen, it looks amazing. I don't know how this total, and I just played it, is continuing to go down when these 2 quarterbacks have proven through 3 weeks they can light up the scoreboard. Talk to me.
They can light up the scoreboard. You know what they can also do? They can eat up clock in long drives, all right? Both of these quarterbacks can be very accurate. They're both going to want to run the football. Arizona is going to want to not have to rely on Kyler Murray just throwing 9 routes, all right? And then you look at Jaden Daniels there for Washington. Yeah, I mean, look at his accuracy, right? I mean, the guy is on fire. He's over 90% in the last game that we saw him, right? And he's over 71% total for this year. You're going to see 2 teams that really don't try to make a big mistake. They really just try to keep their offense clicking. So that's why I see when you see a total dropping. That's why.
Damn it. I hate when you make sense. Why are you making sense against one of my plays? One of my plays. Charles, stay on that game for a second. Because Kyler Murray last week, they really kind of stumbled against this Detroit Lions defense, and Detroit played really well defensively. But Arizona today, and having it be kind of a late game, which I like that late game. Obviously, in the West it's not. But do you agree with AB that maybe this could be the opposite of what I'm thinking?
Yeah, this one keeps coming down for some reason. Yeah, and I definitely like the Cardinals in this spot, so yeah, it definitely could be. I was all over the over, but I keep seeing it come down and come down and come down. I hope you just get a better number, but something's going on with there. So they do retain the ball quite a bit and have those long drives. So I can definitely see that point of view. So it's a little tricky. It's a little worrisome, I must say.
Raphael, Japan says Kyler Murray over 300 passing yards plus 750 in that game. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think the ground game is going to be crucial for Arizona, just to try to keep that Washington hot offense, as the coach likes to say, on the sideline. So I think if you're Arizona, you want to keep the ball. Money coming in on the Commanders, of course, money line. They're one of the top 3 money line bets on there are the Commanders. But Arizona sharp money came in early, a little stagnant right now. But it's the 3:05 game, so it's the first afternoon game. This is where the bettors are waiting for the morning games to hurry up the cash. They can bet the afternoon games. This one probably won't move as much as the other 3 4 o'clock games. So it's going to be very interesting to see what this one closes at.
Indeed, it will. Let's move over, AB, to another West Coast game. And as Raphael likes to say, my Kansas City coaches going on the road. Now, this number started amazingly above 7. And then it's just steadily come down because I think the public realizes, wait a second, even without Justin Herbert, the Chiefs simply do not cover big numbers. They haven't ever since Patrick Mahomes came to town. And laying a 7 when you've got Taylor Heineke, who is a legitimate NFL starter, to me, even as a Chiefs fan, it seems way too high. Am I crazy?
Yes, you are, because I'll tell you why. Number one,
Please.
In real time, I just fixed this camera and we're rolling 1080p. All right. Number 2, all right. Yes, the Chiefs have trouble covering spreads because their spreads are large, except when they're playing in the AFC West because they're used to kicking that ass. And that's what Kansas City's going to do today, because guess what? This game is worth 2 games. They have to handle their business all over Kansas City today, all over Kansas City. And I'll have this microphone fixed by the next game. So let's go.
Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And by the way, I'm so glad, AB, that you brought that up, because I'm a little bit ticked off at the bosses. So I want the chat to handle your business right now. And I promise you, I need to get to, what do we got? Oh, almost 1,000 watching live. So I need 300 likes in the next 10 minutes. And I will call Stadium right here this morning, and I will demand that they show us tonight, because right now we're preempted by a minor league baseball team. We've been the new #1 show all over Stadium. They want all kinds of content, but we get preempted. So 300 likes now. I will call Stadium and see if I can't get that change for tonight, because I'm not happy with them. They're happy with us. I'm not happy with them. See if we can make that happen right here, right now. Now, Charles, let me come back to you after I had to handle the boss. Well, sorry, Raphael. I'll come to you first, big boy.
Action continues to come in on the coaches, and this is an interesting one. Parlay action, especially in Vegas, and the parlay cards, probably 2-1 to almost 3-1 on Kansas City action. This one will be 8. I would hurry up and grab the 7 and 7.5 right now. It's a late afternoon game, the 4:25 game. The public's going to realize no Bosa, probably no Mac now, as they're saying for the Chargers defense. This one will move closer to 8, 8.5. We're not shocked if it even goes higher. So I would hurry up and grab the coaches right now.
I think they're all listening to AB and Raphael, because Charles, oh man, my man AB's having some issues this morning. I know it drives him bananas. It drives all of us bananas. Understand, when you work so hard and you can't deliver a show, it sucks. And you're dealing with a natural disaster, it sucks. So let's have some grace for AB and his issues over there. But Charles, let me come over to you. because this one is still the most fascinating game for me on the board because of all the line movement. And of course, Raphael is on top of every single little bit. But if it goes to 7.5, if it goes to 8, would you then play the Chargers?
I think you have to. I think 7 and 7.5 or 6.5, sevens, Chiefs, or I would even probably look at a teaser with this one, the Chiefs and under. I think that's the correlation. Or just put them in parlays. This is a tricky one. I think we may see a defensive battle in this one. I think Harbaugh's going to try to make this one ugly, try to keep the ball away from Mahomes and company. I think they're going to try to keep it on the ground, waste a lot of time. So therefore, the under could be a look also.
I like that a lot. By the way, shout out to a member of the DTL golf crew on a Sunday in the President's Cup. My man, Steve Scott, is in the chat right now. Steve, I know you're watching. I know you're listening. Give the good people in the chat maybe 1 or 2 singles plays that you like today. 12 singles matches. Take a look. Steve, I need 1 or 2 plays because we want a little something different than just betting on the NFL today. I know you can take care of us top to bottom, left to right. Now, let's go down to that Steelers-Colts game because, Raphael, you're on the Steelers. But they are a team that is winning in non-traditional ways. We never could have imagined. Prior to the season, we were talking about Russell Wilson and would he be a great leader? He's been a great leader in the locker room, but Justin Fields has been the leader on the field. Now they're going on the road. They're undefeated. They're favored by 2 over the Colts. Why did we miss on the Steelers and how good they were? And I'm not making excuses for Justin. He's managed the game the way he needs to manage the game. What did we miss?
Steelers defense. They're healthy. That's why they were playing so well. Last year, they weren't healthy on defense. They lost a lot of bad games to put that in that situation. This year, their defense has been all over the place. This game right here, if you like Big Ten football, this is going to be a fantastic game to watch. You're going to see run, third down pass, maybe punt, field position all over the place, special teams. This is going to be a Big Ten type of football game. That's why the total is 40. That's why the total hasn't really moved. Not that much action on this total because I think the bettors know it's going to be a run first type game. Very interesting to see how the Colts defense can handle the Steelers run game because don't forget, they have Fields. Fields runs a little bit more than Richardson because of what happened last year with Richardson getting hurt running. It's going to be very interesting to see if Richardson stretches out his legs trying to go toe-to-toe with Fields in the run game.
So much incredible information from Raphael as he tries to do 2 jobs at once. A lot of people in the chat loving the President's Cup. A lot of people playing today, not watching. Do what I do. Plug the phone in your cart. Put it on, get a little speaker right there. You're good to go. You're good to go. So Steve is working on those 2 picks. Charles, the chat's also saying that you still have 3 of your 5-pack games that still have yet to kick off. Is that correct?
Facts, Coach. Facts. We still have 3 on the card ready to go. We're highly anticipating those to go off the board. I think we've still got Werder Bremen first half team total. We have both teams to score in the first half in the EPL, your favorite league, with Manchester United and Tottenham. And lastly, the old rotate play, auto play, Marseille team total over 1.5.
Oh, that's an auto play. That's an auto cash.
Every week.
Just like, this is like stacking in your queue. You kidding me? All right, the last game before we get to our props, and this is a team that give them a lot of credit. They show up every week, even though it seems like every single week they're losing a big-time player. This number seems really big to me until you think about how the Patriots looked against the Jets, and they were pathetic. So, Raphael, this number in a lot of places has moved to 11, despite the fact that the 49ers are beat up like nobody else. At what point do we roll the dice a little sprinkle on the Pats?
This is something you might just look at live betting because, like I said, Kittle's playing, Debo's playing. It's going to be very interesting what the 49ers offense looks like because we have healthy players there. No CMC still, but Purdy's right there as well. He ran the ball 10 times last game, so you have to look out for his running effect to try to squeeze out a first down. I think that's why the 49ers are getting so much action. This one will probably close closer to 11, pretty much almost 10.5 now across the board. 41.5. We just saw a 42 quickly over in Las Vegas and quickly got bet down to 41.5. So that just tells me the public is betting the over. We could see 42.5. So that'd be very interesting. I would say if you like the Patriots, wait till live bet. And maybe if the San Francisco's kick a field goal, you'll get a better number. I would say if you're a Patriot fan, wait for live betting.
I like the words live betting. And Big Chuck, as I come over to you, this might be, and we don't do this enough because we love action on every single game, the stay away. Does this feel like a stay away to you?
I was in the beginning of the week, I was saying that, but more and more it's coming around. I'm liking it. I think we may see some points in this one. This may be one of those tricky overs where everyone's thinking it's going to stay under. And then you could look at some alternate totals with the 49ers. I think that they put up a big number today as far as team totals. So, yeah, I think this one could be a sneaky over in the Bay.
Interesting. A sneaky over involving the Pats, or maybe lean into the team total. Look at Big Chuck. Look at Big Chuck. I was just putting in my Marseille bet live and in living color. Now, as you guys always know, our man Howie Schwab is always looking down. Here are the Howie Schwab crew play of the day options. Vikings plus the 3, or you can go the other direction, the Packers minus the 3, or Chiefs minus 7, or Chargers plus the 7. Give us a vote. Let us know what you want to do. We play it together, and I still have these dreams of having an actual DTL play of the day at a certain sports book. It's going to happen as we continue to dominate this space. Now, we've done our straight picks. We've done our discussion, but there's many of you out there that just like to do one thing, and that's prop it up. And my man Goat's Headful says, I've had a Marseille bet since Thursday, Big Chuck. He wasn't waiting for today. You kidding me?
Love it.
Absolutely.
Coach, I got some live action right now.
Give it to me. Let's go.
Some buyback just came back on the Falcons and Saints game. DraftKings just moved the Falcons back to 3. So that usually tells me if there's a buyback. Most books have a list of customers that they can either text, call, or ask, hey, you want double limits? We need this side on there. I can guarantee you they probably got some buyback because all the action all morning long has been Saints money line and Saints plus the points. Buyback action means they probably took a little bit more action than they normally do on a game to try to balance their side.
Wait a second. So you're saying there's some, well, let's call them whales for lack of a better term, some big-time players that they will actually call on the phone to try to get the other side balanced out?
Probably, I would say now these days, I would back in the day, because when we had dial-up and stuff like that, we would call, or I'm sure texting or email, or I can guarantee you players are emailing them, say, hey, you know what, I like the Saints. How much can I get on this? My limit is, let's say, 10K. They can probably say, hey, you know what, we'll give you 50 or stuff like that. So I had a list. I probably had a list of anywhere between 75 to 100 when my last book in Vegas, where we can, hey, you know what, we need this side. You want double your action? I'll give you double action on this one just to balance our sides.
Wow. Big Chuck, we've got a big-time player in our midst. I don't even want to mess around. Just bring in the hammer. Call his big boys. All right, we got some props we got to get to. And, Charles, I want you to start us off as we look at the big screen. And let's do all three, then we will discuss, because I love your first one. This guy, Bijan Robinson, has really come into his own so far this year.
Yeah, I'm going to grab Bijan Robinson over 25.5 receiving yards. He's averaged 67.5 receiving yards versus the Saints in his career and 29.5 on the new season. I have him projected to get 4 more catches and at least 26 receiving yards. Next up, Mike Gesicki over 27.5 receiving yards. He's already had 18 targets this season, and he's averaging 52 receiving yards. And in a game where I expect points, give me Gesicki over 27.5 receiving yards. Lastly, Matt Stafford to throw interception. He has 23 career interceptions versus Raphael's Bears, the most against any team. Plus, this Bears defense has been ball hawking already. 4 interceptions on the season, and they're holding the QBs to the lowest passer rating in the league. I have Stafford throwing a pick in the Windy City.
Man, I got to tell you, man, I love all 3 of those. The running back resurgence this year, Charles, has been incredible. Why do you think running backs are getting so much play?
Just the quarterbacks stink.
It's a very good point. They stink, trying to protect them. Guys are getting hurt. There's a lot of reasons, but probably the biggest one is the quarterbacks stink. Now, Cortez is What's that?
So I think the speed of the cornerbacks, I think is a lot to do with it as well.
Interesting. I was just getting ready to put you over until you ruined my flow.
But I do. Flow killer.
You're a flow killer. Cortez says Raphael making complete sense. That's why he's on our team. Now, also, as we come to you, Raphael, Bijan Robinson plays with Kirk Cousins. And you think because they're playing the Saints, Kirk Cousins will go over his number? Why?
I'm a little bit shocked that this number is so low and it continues to drop. This one opened up at 228.5. FanDuel has it at 211.5 right now. This 216 live at DraftKings. He's hit this in back-to-back games in 7 out of the last 10. I see either they're going to be playing from behind if the Saints offense wakes up, or they just want to put a butt whooping on their division rival, and they're going to be throwing in the fourth down if they're up. I just think Kirk Cousins has a really big game. I think Bijan Robinson has a good game through the air and the ground. I can see a lot of passes through him. And finally, can we get some tight end action for the Falcons? I just think Kirk Cousins has a nice throwing game. This is a very low number, very confusing.
I'm all over this one. I know it does feel. Wait a second. Wait a second. All right, I got to read. So John just said, hey, chat, who's got it better than us? And I would hear from AB.
Nobody. Look, it's going to take waking up very early for one of these computers to start kicking my ass. All right, no, we're not giving up. And I'll tell you this. In honor of it, all right, any of my plays that don't hit today, we're giving away prizes. Bam.
Wow.
Bam.
Let's go.
Bam.
Come on, Randall.
Bam.
Talk to me.
Bam.
Yep.
That's how confident we are. We're smashing today. Let's go.
Love that camo.
Well, speaking of that, before his camera goes out again, we're coming right over to you, AB. Give me all of your props, big boy.
Yep, Jacoby Brissett throwing a pick today, 1+ interception, -115 with the Patriots. Everybody, if you want to get involved in this contest, just write camera in the chat right now. All right, Patrick Mahomes over 4.5 rush attempts at plus money here. Interesting game. I think he will use his legs. Remember, kneel downs count as rush attempts as well. Then we're going to go over 1.5 combined interceptions at +125. I'm going to go ahead and knock that bot out too, because guess what? You ain't getting over either. We are going to take Fields and Anthony Richardson, both over 1.5. Could be Fields too, could be Richardson too. I think it's going to be Richardson too against that Steelers defense, +125. And then finally, Joe Burrow, Andy Dalton, both of these guys are due for interceptions. Same deal, +165, Coach. What do you think about that?
I love it. I absolutely love it. And I also love the fact that the bots think, since you were off camera, that they're going to come in and dominate the chat. That's never going to happen, ever. Stinking bots. So, Raphael, you've gone. AB has gone. Big Chuck has gone. We've got 3 plays there from DG, but I'm not going to read them to you because hashtag it pays to watch live. Now, a couple of numbers here. AB, let me come back over to you. Aaron Rodgers, a question from the chat. Over 30.5 pass attempts today. They're asking, do we like it or not like it?
I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I think that the Jets want to run the football as much as they can. Aaron Rodgers, if I would do anything, I would play Aaron Rodgers' first half numbers, right? Like, I know it's tough on attempts, right? But no, I'm out. I'm out on that. I think the Jets want to run the football. Yeah,
I'm going to go with you. I would never bet, and whoever asked it in the chat, I'm talking to you, and I think AB obviously agrees with me. You never bet on a team that if you watch them play, once they get a lead, if they get a lead, man, they shut that down. They just try to get to the finish line because Aaron Rodgers, at this point of his career, he doesn't care about his numbers. They care about dubs. And right now they're 2-1 and they're playing pretty good football. So I would stay away from their attempts. Raphael, what do you got?
Passing attempts opened up at 32.5, and it looked like ESPN Bet just moved it to 29.5. So they're thinking with AB just probably saying run the ball. So if you're looking for passing attempts over, wait, because you'll probably get a better number.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Thank you both of you. Charles, let me come over to you. Another chat question. Kareem Hunt, it's got to be his entire number, 14.5. The Chiefs are bringing him in since Pacheco is out. I'm assuming that's the number for his rushing. I didn't even look at it yet, but do you like Kareem Hunt for them to utilize him today at all for the Chiefs?
I always like Kareem Hunt if he gets a spot. You know he's going to be hungry to get more playing time. So this is the ultimate spot with Pacheco still being out of 4 more weeks also. So, yeah, always love Kareem's Hunt in the spot where he is hungry. And, yeah, so he wants to get off that practice squad. He wants full-time play.
Yeah, that's one way of doing it. And he says he's a changed man since the last time he was in Kansas City. So we believe in second chances. Everybody changes. So hopefully Kareem Hunt will do well his second time around in Kansas City. Real quick, producer man, I need you to text me. We've got to get to 300 likes. And if we do that, then I'm putting us on the line. And I will call the bosses at Stadium and say, damn it, tonight we're on Stadium. We're not going to get preempted. I'm making that call right now, but we got to get to 300 likes. So I need to know where we're at on that because the live audience continues to grow. Yes.
We just like we Beetlejuice, we can't say Aaron Rodgers' name too many times because the first 9 just popped up on the Jets. So like that will probably be the consensus number. And in the chat, someone said, is Kamara playing for the Saints? He is playing. He's right now on the field. He was always going to play. He is from Atlanta, so you figure he probably pays a lot of tickets, a lot of people out there, but he's not even close to 100%.
Yeah, he's got some type of rib issue, and I saw a quote that he said, I'm still going to be out there, but maybe we should look at Kamara's lines today because I guarantee you they've come down after this report came out that he'll play but not healthy.
It's so tough with them because they have a lot of weapons. They've got wide receivers that are out there, and they've got Taysom Hill as well. And Taysom Hill can take things. I just stay away. There are other games. Don't risk it. Don't be dumb. Like, just stay away.
Big Chuck, this is a team from right where you live. What is the local vibe to, arguably, the most important weapon that the Saints have?
Yeah, we try not to get too high, too low around these parts with the Saints. But Kamara, yeah, that's why I was going to take him, but I was worried he may get injured in the game and come out, and then I'm left holding the bag with his props. So I all week it's been with his ribs and everything, his hip. So yeah, I'm concerned about him. I thought that they were just kind of playing games, but it looked like he's going to play. So yeah, but yeah, we try to just stay level-headed around here when it comes to the Saints and their players.
You're the best. You're the best.
Olave's in too. He's playing as well tonight or today.
What are the rules, Raphael, when it comes to a prop and if a guy plays the first 5 minutes and then goes out? Are there any rules or what do the books do?
As soon as you step on that field and they call hike, you have action. Doesn't matter how many plays or doesn't how many if you fall down like Ole Miss players were just falling down yesterday, not even being touched. That's action on it.
I freaking love it. By the way, AB, we have the best crew. I don't even call them a fan base. They're not a fan base. We're all family here. This is what we do. How about our man, Matt? Matt, if you're listening right now, because I know you're not watching, on a kayak, on a river, fishing for salmon, but still tuning in. Matt, that is next level dedication to the product. AB, your thoughts?
Absolutely love it. I mean, you're talking about a great fish dish right there. You're going to bring salmon, put it together, man. You could take that with hot sauce. You could take it with tartar sauce. You could take it with a little, Big Chuck, how do we pronounce that there? Remoulade, right? Love.
Sounds about right. And we put some lemon on that salmon also, melt some butter over it. So, yeah, I love that salmon.
Good. It's good eating, boy.
Oh, you know what else is good eating? Tonight, I believe Sunday Night Football. We're going to have a look ahead here in a second. Not yet, but they have crab cakes. And AB, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, tonight, if people tune in and maybe on Stadium, depending on the likes, I'm still waiting to hear on whether or not I will make that phone call. We will have a little taste of Baltimore. But for those people who have tuned in early, who have taken the time on a Sunday morning, you get a little sneak peek. Here is the latest Stadium Eats from our man C-Pass.
Hey, what's good, everybody? We're back with Stadium Eats. This week we are in Baltimore. And there's really only one thing to try when you're in Baltimore. We're doing crab cakes.
Great crab cakes always start with Old Bay. We'll add dry mustard, white pepper, melted butter, egg yolks, Worcestershire mayo, salt, pepper, lemon juice. Whisk that together. Then we're going to take the crust off some white bread and dice it down really, really small.
Yes, white bread. Trust me on this, I promise you, it looks like there might be a lot of bread in there, but when it gets wet, it disintegrates. It's going to bake out. We're going to be left with just a fluffy crab cake.
Now we'll add our bread to our liquid mix. Gently mix that together till the bread's coated. Let it soak in. Add in your crab. Make sure you got some jumbo lump. And again, gently mix. We don't want to break up the crab. Hot skillet, butter, and then we're going to put those crab cakes down. Sear for about 2 minutes into the oven on the broil till they come out looking nice and crispy like this. Now we build the sandwich. We got a toasted brioche bun, remoulade, romaine, heirloom tomato, a little bit of salt and bacon. Go ahead, add one of those nice fluffy juicy crab cakes to it and top off your sandwich. Give this thing a good look. I'm telling you, there's a ton of flavor in here. This is going to be the best, lumpiest crab cake you've ever had.
Look at this thing. That's so good. Until the next dish, y'all.
AB, I've got to see your face. I got to see your face right now after that. And Seabass even shaved his beard. I guarantee you the wife was like, no more dripping on that beard on camera. AB, that's got to make you feel a little bit better.
Oh, yeah, it does. Now, the problem is I'm too zoomed in. All right, there. That's on me. I wouldn't believe it. But, yeah, man, like, dude, I love crab cake. Love everything that has to do with basically, I was going to say the Atlantic Ocean, but like, no, like, I just love seafood, man, in general. Whether you're getting it down in Big Chuck's area, you're getting over in Baltimore, watching The Wire, whatever you want to do. No.
Well, Brian says Seabass is amazing, and Brian, we agree as well. The crew's stepping up in their lanes as we continue to grow week after week, day after day. Now, as we look ahead to tonight, and we will have Primetime Live one way or the other, but continue to hit that like button for me. And I promise you, I will make that call, and we'll put it out on social media if we're going to be live on Stadium tonight. But I would bet that we are, because I'm calling the shots. Now, here is where we're at. This has stayed steady, AB, for most of the back half of the week. Ravens, -2.5. They're 1-2. The Bills come in an undefeated 3-0 off that drubbing of Jacksonville on Monday night. The total sitting at 46.5. What is your look ahead, AB?
My look ahead is this. Omar coming. And his name is Josh Allen. You better get yourselves prepared, Baltimore, because the big dog's coming in, and this fool's been doing nothing but scoring points. Now, I like the Ravens, but you've had some problems. It's been slow, all right? Very slow. Well, he ain't. He scores a lot and does it early. You saw what happened to Jacksonville? Don't do it. Omar coming, dog.
I hate to not disagree with AB, Big Chuck, but I have not seen anything from Buffalo and Josh Allen that tells me they should be an underdog against anybody. Talk to me.
I think this is maybe the spot where the Bills come back down to earth. I think Omar may be Lamar. So I think we also could see this total keeps coming down. Also, I think this may be a spot where the Ravens try to control the ball, keep it out of Josh Allen's hands, stay on the ground, milk this clock. So we also may want to look at the under in this spot. And I keep saying, I know we're going to hit the no-fly zone, but I still think that probably have $1 for every time I said this. I think this may be the spot where Josh Allen throws that pick.
Are we going to say that 18 weeks in a row until it hits? Then we're going to be one of those shows where I called it. Yeah, you were 1-8, but I called it. I love shows like that. They always do that. Raphael, from a numbers perspective, I'm staring at that total. That's the one thing that I know. If Buffalo jumps out to a quick lead, then Baltimore won't be able to do the whole hold the ball, drain the clock that they normally like to do.
Yeah, the total's tricky. This total moved to 46.5 and has not moved at all. And not that much action has come in on the total. It's been all Bills money. The books are going to be huge Raven fans unless something changes in the next couple of hours or after the afternoon game. So the books will be needing to Baltimore. I'm with Big Chuck. I like the Ravens at 2.5. I liked it at 2 earlier in the week before I moved to 2.5. I want to wait to see if we do see any line movement. I would love to see it drop back to 2 because Bills money line. People are betting the money line, not the plus points with Buffalo, but I like the Ravens on the spot. I don't think the total is going to move. I think the total will stay at 46.5, but I do lean towards the under a little bit.
Okay. Japan says the Bills haven't played a real D all season.
Yeah. The Bills, they might do it next week. That was a shot at you, Baltimore. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it could be right. I mean, the Cowboys last week scored 25. They did. And the Chiefs scored 27. They did. So there you go. All right, that is our look ahead for Sunday Night Football. And again, follow us on social media at Driving the Line or at The Coach Rules or at Alan Bell or at VSID Doc Sport. You know all of them. ROI Capper, because we will let you know if we will be live tonight on Stadium. And I would bet your hard-earned dollar today that we will be. But I'll make that call if we get to 300 likes. All right, now, if you weren't here at the top of the hour, don't even worry about it. But a lot of you tell your friends, you just can't come here and have a snapshot of the show. We are not going to redo our props. You had to be here live to get those. We will, however, give you our straight plays in a little something we like to call the whip around. Oh, Sites 501 says this is a rushing quarterbacks week. Jackson, Allen, maybe even Mahomes. He's hit his. Oh, wait. He lost 7 yards last week on the last 3 plays of the game. It still sits with me. It still sits with me. All right, AB, I'm coming to you. This is 10 seconds or less, 1 nugget on each play. Where are we starting, sir?
Game plays right here. We are going to go with the Bengals minus 4.5. We're also going to play the Texans money line, Cardinals money line, and plus 125.
Big Chuck, you got 4 plays that I absolutely love. Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Bears -3. I think they get their second victory against this Rams side. Falcons money line against my Saints. I hate to do it, but I think the Falcons pull out the victory in the dirty, and then the Bucks plus 1.5. Eagles coming in banged up. I'm not sure who's exactly going to play for them. I think that's a bad spot coming off that big victory against New Orleans. Lastly, Bengals Panthers. I just see points in this one. The Red Rifles resurgence and Joe Burrow needing the victory. Give me the over 47.
Andy Dalton getting some love today from Big Chuck. By the way, somebody in the chat says, this dude got chokeslammed by The Undertaker. You're damn right I did, and my back's still feeling it today. But damn it, we show up on DTL on a Sunday morning. Thank you for that, though. Raphael, you got 2 big plays. Talk to me.
I got the Steelers to stay perfect. I'm taking the Steelers -2 at -110. And then give me the Kansas City Coaches team total over 24.5, laying that nickel. And huge money again just came in on the Minnesota Vikings money line. Books moved the Packers to 3 plus 110 on the juice to try to get some buyback.
And you heard AB and his analysis on the Jets game today, which fits right in to my play. It is not a typo. I'm playing an under. Broncos, Jets, under 39.5. Also, this game will be under 2 hours and 45 minutes. It will be fast, -110. Then, out in the desert, I love the over. Commanders, Cardinals, it's gotten to 48.5 in some places. I don't care. I would play this up to 51 or even 52, which it will not get to, but I love that over today. One thing from the chat, Bretley says, I'm an Eagles fan, but like Charles, the Bucks pick. Or I like Charles's Bucks pick. Eagles will be without Lane Johnson today. They are 14-23 without him. What do you think about that, Charles?
Love it. Less Eagles, the better. So, yeah, he's an anchor on that line. So, yeah, they'll definitely miss him.
No doubt about it. Oh, it's going to be a really fun, fascinating day. Do not forget also, there are 2 Monday night games tomorrow. We're going to have the same start time, but one of the games starts at 7:15 Eastern time. So you got to be here right at the top of the hour so we get all those picks in real quick. But you know, we like to end all of our NFL shows with allowing my guys to kind of give a 30 to 45 second final take on what they think is coming today. AB, let's start with you.
What's coming today is whoever sells a MacBook is going to get a little profit off of it, because I'm going to go buy one here in about 10 minutes, which I didn't really plan on doing because, you know what, breaks are expensive too. So, yeah. Let's hit some. Hey, we need to hit some bets. You talk about somebody who is facing it. We got to hit some bets today.
We got to buy that MacBook, damn it. And they are not inexpensive.
No.
I can tell you that. People knew how much we spend on equipment just to make this content for all of you at home. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Final take time for Raphael. You're up, sir.
Money continues to flow in on an NFL Sunday week 4. I wish I could update more, but the coach didn't give me my buzzer yet. But That's smart. Be smart and don't waste all your money in the morning games because there's really good games this afternoon, including the Sunday night game.
Charles, you're up.
I think this may be a favorites weekend. As the dogs have been getting tons of love. I think the perception is dogs, but I think we may see a lot of favorites come in today, so don't be surprised.
And I agree with that this could be one of those days where you look at it and say, let's hold the phone just a little bit. Because Raphael loves to say that, but today that could work. There's a lot of teams that did not play well last week. The Bucs, the Saints. And this is the NFL. It's not college. They don't let that carry over. They bounce back. And I think those two teams in particular, we could see that amongst others. It's going to be a really good day. We're going to have a lot of check marks today. Finally, AB, the Howie Schraub Crew play of the day selection is what?
The Vikings +3. And it's almost 50% of the votes. They are feeling Minnesota today.
Wow. So the Vikings is who we are on as a crew. Now, a little unfortunate that many of you out there decided not to hit the like button. We didn't even get to 200 likes, but yet we have almost 1,500 people watching live right now. So maybe we'll just have the show on YouTube tonight, or maybe I'll be a pro and still make the call anyway. But I don't like the fact that I asked and you guys didn't deliver, because we always deliver for you. We're a team, right? Get it done. Hit the like button. Let's get to 300 before the final minute of the show. Another really good day. Shout out to AB for making it, even though his world has been turned upside down. And understand this. This is now time for you to go out into the world. It's a Sunday morning. Spend time with your family when it gets to 1 o'clock. Make them understand this is when we stack that cash. And then come right back with us tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time, regardless of where we air it at. I think it's going to be on Stadium, DTL, Primetime Live. And then tomorrow night, 2 big games. We'll still live at 7 p.m. Eastern time and break down both. But in the meantime, understand this. There is only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. Right, Tiger, the man from the Dirty Big Chuck. My numbers guy, Raphael, with all the up-to-the-minute updates. My man, AB, getting through all of the horrible weather to show up today. And never forget about producer man, always behind the scenes, making the show look like $1 million. I am simply the coach, trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. That's what we're all about every single day right here on Driving the Line. Good luck.